Today we're making adobo, a pork-based stew full of chilies and onions, an absolute classic here in the city of Arequipa in Peru. Arequipa, of course, being the second city, also known as the White City, and they are famous for plenty of lovely dishes, but I'll tell you, adobo, it is one of my favorites. And we're here today, a friend of a friend's house called Sue. I'm gonna meet her now and she's gonna show us, you and me, how to make this step by step. Come on, let's go.
Discover food.
Let's get the ingredients for our adobo. I've come to the famous San Camilo market in downtown Arequipa, where fresh produce and friendly faces are on offer in abundance. Or so I thought. I'm hardly in the door when the alarm sounded. Something was going down. Criminal activity, no doubt. I run to the rescue. Stop that woman! That's it! Nobody move! Hands on the heads, motherfuckers! You're all busted. Yeah, you too, lady. Oh wait, I may have overreacted. It turns out it was a routine earthquake drill, as Arequipa lies on a fault line. So, it seems I made a bit of a song and dance about nothing, so after making it up with the local vendors, I got back to the shopping.
So this is paprika?
Paprika y ají colorado.
Ah, ok. ¿Y este es picante?
No, le sacas la circa nomás y no pica.
Ah,
ahora,
okay.
si tú quieres picante, un poquito de circa, un adobo picante rico.
Es mucho, ¿no?
Sí, un poco menos.
Yeah, she's upselling us here. You know, that looks like a lot. But anyway, that's what we were given. Okay, muchas gracias. Okay, cinnamon, we have our black pepper, clavo de olor, which is the cloves. Always forget the cloves. And this is anise as well. Okay, so 20 soles, no en total, no? Oh no, 12. Oh, she's very honest. We get the herbs and we get the ricotta. The ricotta is the absolutely quintessential, that's a big word, quintessential Peruvian spice. Okay, so these are the ricottas. 5 y ¿qué más necesitamos? Sí, mira, eso es por un adobo para 7 personas. The great thing is they know their proportions. They say it's for 7, they know how much to give you. Right, cilantro, the good herb. Poquitito de perejil. Right, 21 soles. Okay, we're almost ready, but we just need a few things for a special tea that we're gonna drink. Okay, the woman at this stall has run down the road to get the yerba Luisa for our tea. So here, I'll just sit down for a minute, take a break. It's a great market, this is. They sell a bit of everything. There's meat, there's fish as well. Ah, she's back. I think she has it. This is cedron, yeah. Ah, yerba Luisas.
There's a car behind you.
Oh. Car behind me. You have to be careful with that in Peru in general. A lot of traffic. Today, guys, we're making adobo, an absolute classic here in the south of Peru. It's a pork-based kind of stew, kind of soup. And I'm with my good friend, Susana Bouroncle.
Yes.
Absolutely. And she's going to show us how to make it, okay? She is an excellent home cook. Right, let's begin. Where do we begin?
Carne, orégano, carne, orégano.
Can't be simpler. Do you get that? We just layer up the meat and we put oregano in between. Oh, lovely.
Y te traigo la carne.
Yeah, okay. More?
Un poquito más.
Okay.
Y ahora
una
capa de carne.
Okay, so this meat here is, okay, so this meat, okay, this will be a portion for each person. This is basically the nape, the back of the neck. Okay, and we put a layer in there. Layer number 2. Okay, so this is a lot of herbs. Okay, yeah, okay, and the meat goes in again. Okay, Lucy, did you get a look at that? Okay, so we're just gonna leave this for 2 hours, okay, and those herbs will infuse into the meat. Now we have our spices. Okay, so can you see here, we actually have 2, okay, so this one here, most of them, is called ají seco. Now, that is very, very strong, but we're gonna put it into kind of hot water, we're gonna de-seed it, and that's gonna calm it down a bit. And this one here, and there's only a few of them, is called Colorado, okay? And this puts the color. Yeah, it's paprika. It's like paprika. It'll put a nice color onto our soup. We put these here into the hot water, and this is just going to reduce the heat. We've left those, they've been about 5 minutes there, and they're getting a little bit, so they're getting a little bit softer now, okay? We've left them a few minutes. We'll do the same here with our ají seco. Right, so we have to de-seed and de-vein this. All of this out. Okay, so that's our quantity there reduced. Right, we're just gonna wash this again with boiling water. That's just gonna clean it and reduce the heat a bit more. And then, of course, we're gonna blend it up with a few nice goodies. Now, Susanna, how much do I use? About half of this? Okay, half of this. Wow, it's really good. Right, take a look at this texture there. Oh, look at that. It looks like a tomato puree. I'm going to taste a little bit. Again, it shouldn't be too hot at this stage. Oh, that's good.
Rico sabor, no?
Yeah. So it has a little bit of heat in it, but nothing too mad. This has been left the 2 hours, so now we take this out. Okay, let's put our meat over here, and then we're going to put the marinade on each piece. Okay, let's marinate this. Can you see in there? We have all of these well marinated, okay? All of that, and we're going to leave that now for 2 hours, just so that can absorb, and then we're going to add the, well, what I call the chicha. Concho it's called concho, not called chicha, but I'll explain it. I'll get Sue to explain to me, and I'll explain to you, okay? Okay, so we've waited our 2 hours, can you see that there? That is nicely marinated. So this is the secret here, it's called concho de chicha, okay? Now, it's a long, complicated process to make it, but basically it's a purple corn, okay? It's germinated, it's then boiled up, it becomes lightly alcoholic, but this is the bottom part of the pot, so it has residue. You wouldn't really drink this, you would drink the top part of it, but I have a little bit here. Let's just taste it. Oh yeah, that is quite acidy. The Peruvians don't even make this at home. You go to places where they make it in restaurants and you buy it off them. So, what's the substitute? Look, you could use a 50-50 of beer and a bit of white wine. Alternatively, you could use a cider, but not a sweet cider. You want a dry one. Really what you want to replicate is the slightly alcoholic and slightly kind of sour taste that you get. Other options, you could use beer with a little bit of vinegar as well. Let's get this concho de chicha in. And then we'll start to cook it very slowly. A couple of bay leaves, we have 4 bay leaves here, or laurel. In it goes. Last but not least, we'll put in some peppercorns. Right, so I can smell this, you guys can't, but that's all kind of fused together, and now it's time for a bit of heat. So, lowest temperature possible. Okay, we're going to put this down as low as we can. As I say, it is a 7-hour cook. You don't want this on a high heat because you don't want it all to evaporate. You want to concentrate the flavors in this, okay? So again, very low, very slow. Right, I'm knackered. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to sleep, and I'll be back in Sue's place at around 7 in the morning. See you then. It's okay, it's the morning time, 7 o'clock. Have a look here. This is basically almost done, but we have to add the last few touches. Right, so it's time for the herbs. So this here is it called a bouquet garne? I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a bunch of herbs. We've got cilantro, oregano, parsley, and some spearmint, okay? So we pop that in. Onions, so we've got red onions, and we just chop them up into pieces like this. We'll just let those onions cook a little bit, let the herbs infuse, and the last little touch is going to be this. This is ricotta. This is a mad hot pepper here in Peru, and just for the last few minutes we're going to put a bit of this into it, okay? Just to put a little touch of heat on this meal. So let's take these herbs out now. Now, we're putting these in full. You do not, make sure they aren't like open because these are very spicy. So we're just going to put them in full. There we go, all 4 of them for about 3 minutes. And basically, we're ready. Wow. Oh. Well, that adobo is coming together. Let me just mention that Susana is actually a very distinguished artist here in Arequipa. Have a look at all of these sculptures that she did. But the place is full of her art. Sue has art literally all over her house, which is great, even in the toilet. Sue also has a collection of over 100 native species from Peru. Make a great present. Check out in the details below if you want to purchase some. Okay, so Sue has another little trick here. Not every person will do this. This is your own choice. Okay, so we have a bit of cinnamon stick, we have aniseed, and we have cloves. And she's just gonna cook that for a few minutes and then plonk it into the main pot. Here we go. Now, did I tell you it's Sunday morning and this is traditional to eat as a breakfast, especially on a Sunday. So we have everything right. Plus, we have a special tea and we've got some bread. Oh, obligatory to have it with bread. Right, first of all, I want to taste the soup. Let's go. Okay. Delicious. You can really tell that this has been cooking for hours and everything has come together. Okay, let's try a bit of the meat. Well, I don't even need a knife for this, huh? Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I'm in heaven. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Young people often have this as a hangover cure on Saturday night. I understand why. Unbelievably brilliant. Great, thank you so much, Sue. Hey, we have to leave now. She's kicking us out because she has friends over to finish this adobo. But listen, if you're interested in Sue's art, check out the descriptions below. And hey, don't forget, check us out in the next adventure. But first, remember...
Take it easy.
Yes, take it easy, but take it.